Hey guys, Spider here, and this is the Medal of Honor Warfighter multiplayer beta that is running now as of today on Xbox Live. I'm running as the Canadian JTF2 Spec Ops class. Fresh mags and body bags, baby. Okay, so some details on the beta. Like I said, it opened today, only on Xbox, and it will only run on Xbox. It will end, I believe, midnight on October 15th, 2012. And that gives them a week to do whatever they need to do before the full retail release of the game. The beta is only on one map, so you'll get to play one map in one game mode only. The map is called Sarajevo. And just some details about the map itself. Sarajevo was actually the site of the 1984 Olympics, and this map is in the stadium, sort of in and around the stadium, after it's been decimated from the country's long-running civil war. Danger Close has said that this map is one of only 30 different combinations of real-world locations available in the full release. Okay, so Hotspot, let's talk about the game mode now. When you first start the game mode, there are a number of targets that are littered throughout the map as possible bomb site locations. And then after 30 seconds or so, one of them is identified as the bomb location, the target location, that the offense has to go there, plant the bomb, and we have to defend from them planting the bomb. So once they plant the bomb, they have 5 opportunities, and it's timed. So you can see in the top center of the screen, time left for this bomb location is 3 minutes and 16 seconds. So if they don't get that target location planted by then it moves to the next one. They have to, in order for the offensive team to win, they have to plant and defend 3 sites, 3 out of the 5 sites. In order for us to win, obviously, we have to defend 3 sites. So we can win with the first 3 or any combination of 3 targets defended out of the 5. So once we either defend this target or the enemy team plants and destroys the target, then we'll have a period of time, again, I think it's around 30 seconds, where possible target locations are identified, and then after the 30 seconds, one is selected, and then we repeat what we just are doing right now. Alright, some other details. Players will be able to unlock 12 out of a total of 72 Tier 1 operators that are available in the release on October 23rd. And the way this works, actually, it's 10v10, and you're in a 2-person fire team. So right now, Hypermole and I are playing, and I can spawn on him if he's alive. He can spawn on me if I'm alive. Otherwise, we have to spawn in the fallback position. Also, if I'm dead and Hypermole is in a firefight, for instance, and he's, quote-unquote, in danger, then I can't spawn on him. I have to actually wait, so I then have to decide, okay, do I want to continue waiting? See, right here. Ready? Okay. So now he just died, so I had to fall back. So I got to decide, because the timer keeps resetting. Like, if he's in danger, then he has to back away and get out of the line of fire, and then I have to, it counts down again, let's say 5 seconds or whatever, and then I could spawn, or I could choose the fallback position if he just is staying within that danger zone. Another interesting feature, though, that I do like, is that you can actually invite 10 players into your party and identify what fire teams you want everybody assigned to. So you can actually have a full group of 10 people. You could be communicating on Skype. We actually haven't tried the in-game communication, so I can't really comment on that. I'm not sure if it's restricted to the fire team, if you can only communicate with your fire team personnel, or if you can communicate with the whole team. But if you had 10 players in, then you could go on a Skype call or whatever, and you'd be able to talk to everybody. And it would be pretty cool to have a full group of 10 people that are actually coordinated, because, objective game modes, we get a lot of guys sitting back. And already, as I've been playing, we see a lot of guys. I think one game I ended up going 16-25, but we won. We were on offense, and I actually destroyed all 3 targets. I don't know how I don't get a frag kill there, by the way, but one other thing is that we have access to 6 classes, and all the weapons for the Assaulter class are actually unlocked for the beta. So not all the weapons are unlocked for the other classes, and I believe you can fully rank up. So during the beta, but it doesn't carry over into the retail release. So anything you unlock or whatever you do here does not carry over into the full retail release. You'll have to do it all over again. But still, it's a lot of fun so far. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my initial impressions. Again, this is not a full review. I've only played an hour or two, and it's very, very initial impressions. When I first started playing, it took me a little getting used to, obviously, coming from playing COD and from a lot of Borderlands lately on the PC. It took a little getting used to the controls. It's more similar, obviously, to a Battlefield-type control scenario than it is to Call of Duty. Obviously, again, this is Frostbite 2.0. Even though Danger Close did do the multiplayer instead of the original Medal of Honor, which DICE actually handled the multiplayer. So it takes a little getting used to your sensitivity controls, but I think a lot of the Battlefield 3 players that might be trying this this game will probably be quite comfortable with it. A couple things that I've found, though, one is that actually, I mean, this MK18 actually has 31 rounds. When I first started, I was using, I believe I was running the Assaulter class, and the assault rifles had 21 rounds, and I found it actually pretty difficult to take down two players, whether it's because of my aim. I mean, I think the hit detection's solid. Maybe it just took, a lot of bullets to take the players down, but I found myself, running into trouble if I killed one player and I didn't reload, and I was in a firefight with a second player. I oftentimes, like almost every single time, I'd run out of ammo before I could take him down. You can do the quick swap to your pistol. The pistol fire rate is limited from what I've seen. Just using the base pistol, I haven't configured my class at all. So you can't just, with my trigger finger and just go wild on it, because it does have a limited fire rate. I have found that sometimes the reload animation doesn't work correctly, so it looks like, I'm hitting reload. I know I've just used bullets in my magazine, and it's not going through the animation, but it does actually reload. And because I'm playing on a fairly significant size screen, I didn't, it's hard to... You're expecting the animation to run, right? You're expecting the animation to run and to do the reload, and you're not really checking your ammo count. But when I did check the ammo count, it did look like I had actually reloaded. Another thing that I haven't been able to do, and I don't know if there's a trick to it or not, but I tried when I'm reloading, and oftentimes you run into another player while you're reloading and you want to cancel the reload. You can't really do that. Right, I haven't found a way to do that. I tried hitting, YY, but I ended up switching to my pistol. I mean, you can't do it like in COD. Again, if you're coming over from Call of Duty and you don't really play Battlefield, I mean, you can sprint while you're reloading, right? Whereas in COD, if you're reloading, you can actually cancel it by sprinting, which which I tried to do a couple times here. But I do like the fact that I can reload while I'm sprinting. I mean, I'm a pretty coordinated guy. See, I don't know how I didn't take that guy down. I have no idea how I didn't get that guy. And that was quite a few bullets that I actually shot at him. And you will notice also that the kill feed doesn't keep up with the game. It's, if I'm... Look, like I've just died here, right? The kill feed is still going. I don't see me getting killed there, right? So I just got that kill with the MK18 on the kill feed. I'm looking at the almost the top right. I just got a kill. I still haven't seen the kill feed show me die yet. So there is, there are a number of issues. And I think, obviously, they're running the beta to maybe get at some of these issues. I would hope that 2.5 weeks... See right there, I tried to do a cancel reload, but I did end up switching to my pistol. And I couldn't cancel the reload. Again, hitting YY, it just ended up switching to my pistol. So... But we're 2.5 weeks away from the full retail release of this game, so I would hope that most of this stuff, hopefully, I mean, we're probably not seeing a lot of the stuff that they've already fixed, and hopefully this is going to allow them to fix some of the things that we're seeing here so far in the beta. But with 2.5 weeks left, there's not a whole lot of time to do so. One other thing that I've found while playing this game mode is that the offensive team wins these games, at least the ones that I've been on, at least 90+% of the time. So perhaps, and maybe it's just the map, or perhaps it is the game mode itself. Maybe there needs to be some adjustments to assist the defensive team so that there's a better balance of games that are won by offense versus defense, given that the teams are equally balanced, which is going to be very difficult. It's a very, very difficult thing to do. But again, like I said, I've found that 90% plus of games are actually won by offensive teams. Now I'm just looking at some details about pre-ordering the limited edition. Now the limited edition, the bonuses here that you're going to get has nothing to do with pre-ordering, and the limited edition, at least for Battlefield 3, was the day one edition. It didn't cost you anything extra. It was just if you bought it on day one, or the first shipment that went out to retailers or online or whatever, then that was considered the limited edition. For Battlefield 3, we got Back to Karkan expansion for free. What they're offering here with Medal of Honor Warfighter is 3 items. The first being the Zero Dark 30 map pack, which is DLC that is scheduled to release in December 2012. And this is kind of curious, though. It only contains 2 new multiplayer maps, which seems kind of odd. That seems... I mean, I don't know what they're going to price it at, but that seems like a pretty small DLC to me. The second item is that you will get exclusive access to the upcoming beta program for Battlefield 4. And those of you who have paid for Battlefield 3 Premium, nuh-uh. You're not going to get access or necessarily get first access to the beta for Battlefield 4. It's going to be for those people that actually buy the limited edition of Medal of Honor Warfighter. The third item that comes with the limited edition is a day one unlock of the U.S. Navy SEAL Sniper. Instant access to the Navy SEAL Sniper unit in multiplayer. So those are the things. I mean, if you're going to get the game, you may as well get it on day one, and you're just going to get those things anyway. So for those of you that aren't going to get it on day one and who may wait, really they're pushing people to buy it instead of waiting to see how it goes, right? So if you're going to decide that you're going to wait for it, then you may not be able to get access to these things, unless the retailer that you go to happens to still have. Whoa, yeah, we just got owned right there, or I got owned. That guy still. How come I'm the only one that died there? Yeah, so I mean, it's possible that retailers will still have limited edition copies in stock, but it's not likely. The longer you go away from release date. There's also another thing. I guess it looks like Danger Close and or EA have ties for Medal of Honor Warfighter to Linkin Park, because apparently, if 3 million beta downloads of Medal of Honor Warfighter occur, then we're going to unlock early. I guess it's going to be unlocked at some point anyway, but we get an early unlock of a new Linkin Park video for Castle of Glass. So whether that's an incentive for you or not, I don't know. But the links that were getting provided for downloading, they were rolling out the beta, the Medal of Honor Warfighter beta. They're rolling it out by region on Xbox, and then I believe it was Major Nelson posted a link, or maybe it was Charlie Intel, I don't know. One of those guys posted a link of where you could go online, like not on your Xbox, just on your PC, and download it to your Xbox. It's to set it for download. So I didn't actually have it available on my Xbox, and I went online and got it downloaded, and then I just went to downloads, and it was there. But in Hyper's case, that link that was tweeted out wouldn't work, but he was actually following Linkin Park, and I guess the Linkin Park tweeted out a link for those people in the UK that didn't have access to it on their Xbox yet to actually go online and be able to download it to their Xbox. So that was kind of interesting. Interesting tie-in with Linkin Park, with Medal of Honor Warfighter. So there are definitely a few classes to look at, and a number of different weapons and attachments. You also have camos for your guns. There's quite a few camos that you can unlock. So I'm just interested in hearing from you guys. What kinds of things would you like to see? What kind of video content would you like to see from the beta? Do you want me to take a look at some weapons? Do you want me to take a look at some attachments? It's pretty hard to do actually much more than that, since again it's limited to one map only and one game mode only. So there's not much else to do other than look at those kinds of things. But we'll continue to play, and I'm not sure if we can get a group of 10 people together. That would be actually pretty cool if we can get a group of 10. But one thing that I've also found is that the servers aren't necessarily stable. We've actually been kicked out of a few games, so it's been hard to stay in for a number of games with Hyper. And then of course the other thing that happened, and which is why I I'm not gonna bash on Xbox, maybe just a little bit, but I have another Xbox that I have set up as a media center in my family room, where the kids, we use it as a DVD player, but also for Netflix. So I was actually playing some multiplayer games on my other Xbox with Hyper, and they logged on to that system because they were watching a movie. They're watching Beethoven, the original Beethoven, the big dog, Beethoven the dog. And so it signed me out of Xbox Live. Well, I can't, I pay $60. They can't even go and use Netflix on an account unless you're paying $60 for it to get a gold account. We have a PS3 also in our bedroom that runs, and I can set up any number of accounts that I want, and it's set up for Netflix. So I may actually just get another PS3 eventually. But they didn't release the SSD version in North America. They only released it in the UK or Europe, unfortunately. So I won't be getting that one. We'll see what happens. But just a little side note on some difficulty I had with continuing playing. I didn't want to be an ass and go to the wife and kids and say, sorry, you can't watch your movie because I have to be online to play Medal of Honor Warfighter beta. Where are your priorities, Spider? You should be playing this for us. I know. You talk to Spider-Wife, though. You let her know. Uh-huh. So this is actually a very close game, and it's part of the reason why I wanted to bring it to you. We've defended 2, they've destroyed 2, and it's getting pretty close here on the third target. I think we're holding them back pretty well so far, but I know they do make a good push for it coming up shortly here. So Hyper and I are coordinating. He's going to stick on the right side. I'm going to go on the left side, and we're just going to let each other know if we do see any enemy players moving up. Looking on my minimap, I do have a teammate that's going to be coming up here on my left side, and he actually moves down this hill, so that's why I come back and I want to look at the middle position. You can't see your entire team on your minimap. You can see your fire teammate on the minimap at all times, but it would be I would prefer to have the entire team on there because then I know what their positions are. As my teammate comes into proximity, then I can see him on the minimap, but it makes it difficult to sort of strategize and position myself relative to my team when I can't see them on the minimap, unfortunately. Now we got guys moving up the middle. I'm getting my my frags out there, and I'm letting Hyper know. I just wanted to avoid these guys. I was trying to stay out of position, or stay out of fire, so that Hyper could spawn on me right there. And I'm going to go back down to the center. See, they're moving up the center. Definitely moving up the center. And these guys have coordinated. Like, since the first 2 targets, they've coordinated very well. And they're going to make a push here. We only have 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. The hip firing is not bad, but I found it kind of difficult. I would suggest that you do ADS until you get a little bit more used to the game. I think it's just a matter of getting used to the weapon fire, and I think if I play it enough that I'll get a lot better at hip firing. And again, looking at the attachments, I'm sure some of the attachments are going to help with that. So once I start looking at those things, then I'm sure my hip firing will get better. See, that wasn't too bad. Right there, right? We only got 1:40, but these guys are pushing up now. They're using smoke. Again, that's one of the kill streaks or score streaks, or whatever you want to call it. Score chain. I know they had score chain in the original Medal of Honor. It's not exactly the same. I've had smoke and mortars, I believe. Don't quote me on that, because I wasn't really paying attention to those rewards. I've been more focused on the gameplay and on the targets, especially on offense. So maybe you guys are watching, if you could put in some comments if you've been playing this beta. What do you guys think of it so far? Are you guys liking it? What do you like? What don't you like? You know, what's your favorite class? What's your favorite weapon? What's your best game so far? What's the best score that you've achieved? I'm not interested in kill death. I'm not interested in kill death. I'm interested in total score, which would obviously be helped with more kills, but also again with arming the objective or disarming the objective, you're going to get more points for that as well. And similar to the way Medal of Honor, I believe Medal of Honor worked like this, if I'm not mistaken, but you do get points for objectives towards your score chain. So that's good, and that, I mean, I'm pretty sure they had that in the original Medal of Honor. And I enjoyed the Medal of Honor multiplayer. Now I'm defusing. I am running in there. I am just running in there to defuse, and you can see that the countdown actually freezes when they have the bomb planted. So this game could actually last quite a bit longer. I think it goes to about 21 minutes here. But it could add... Oh, okay, maybe not 21 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 and a half. So we just lost, unfortunately. But again, wanted to bring you a close game, and look at that. That's not even the top fire team. They actually profiled the top fire team on the winning side, whereas me and Hyper were actually the top fire team overall. Oh, well. But look at that one guy in Fire Team Echo. He didn't have a partner. He had like 56 kills or something like that. Crazy. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you think. I'm Spider, and I'm out.